younger sister of Dre Jones and his favorite.
Hi, I'm Dre Jones and I'm the father of Dre Jones.
Chanel, Dre's my brother.
I'm Chandra Jones and I'm the mother of Dre Jones.
I don't know, I wasn't alive for that part, but I assume.
Well, he played basketball at a young age, around 10. I don't know if someone on the team or the coach said something to him, or maybe I did, about trying out for the baseball team.
Well, I would probably say he was playing before he was even born. He was in my stomach with all the kicking and everything.
I don't know how he got started in baseball because I assume I wasn't born yet. We're 5 years apart, but whatever.
I remember him playing a lot in the house. I'm not sure if it came before or after he started, but he would cut up bases out of paper.
And he would go into our basement and he would make a diamond, you know, and the strips of paper was the foul line.
With them rubber mats and them paper balls, and get hit.
I remember the time he just packed all his stuff for vacation, but all his stuff happened to be all baseball equipment.
Since I've been around Dre's been playing baseball, I will say though, me and Chanel have taught him everything he knows. Dre is a very great baseball player. That goes back to my point of me and Chanel teaching him everything he knows.
I think he's really, really good. I think he's excellent. I think at some points he's been underrated.
I actually think he's a very exceptional baseball player in my opinion. I know a lot of people would say, yeah, you're the dad, you're supposed to say that. But I really do think he is a very good baseball player, and over the years I think he's gotten even better.
Without trying to sound like braggish, you asked me how good he is at baseball. He's now playing professional baseball. He was good since he's been younger. Always been one of the, I guess the term is one of the most athletic kids. His nickname used to be on the team Lightning Legs because of how fast he runs.
When he was younger, his skill set was, you know, he was a really good outfielder. He could play all three outfield positions, but primarily center field was the best position that he played because of his speed.
He's played outfield, he's played infield. I think he's played first base at one point, which is infield, and he's played shortstop, even though he's pretty tall.
And I feel like now he's right where he has been meant to be for a while to get to where he should be in the future. I think he's really good.
Years ago, Dre had problems with his back.
Very devastating when we got the diagnosis.
Because he has scoliosis,
Which is basically curvature of the spine.
He wasn't a kid, never been a person, period, who complains.
When we found out about that he was going to need surgery, it was devastating. We always knew that he had issues with his back when he was a younger boy.
he used to have to actually wear back braces.
So we knew that when he came to us one day just saying that his back hurt bad, he must have been in a lot of pain. So we had taken him to the doctor. He got x-rays and everything done, and we were sent to a specialist. And when we met with the specialist, the doctor was just amazed at how he was even able to play at the degree he was playing in sports, which he played basketball as well.
I give him a lot of credit because evidently he was always in a lot of pain, but he never complained. He always just played through it. Game, whether it's basketball, baseball, whatever, he just played through it, and I really never knew how much it bothered him.
Dre's curve degree was severe.
I think they said it was out to like 45. His curve was out to like 45 degrees, and it was pressing up against his rib cage. And that was one of the things that was bothering him at the time. He was having trouble breathing, and I think we even took him to the doctor once or twice.
I remember them saying that there was a chance he would only be able to play T-ball after the surgery, and that's a pretty drastic change than playing competitive baseball, especially at the level that he was aspiring to.
But the doctor said that with normal people, when the curve gets out past like 20 to 25 degrees is when they would recommend surgery, and his was out to 45. So it just goes to show you like how much pain he was playing with.
I do realize that's hard news to take for a young person, but I did not receive it. I immediately was coming against that.
But I do remember my wife saying, "Hey, why y'all so sad? You know, with God, all things are possible." You know how mom is. She just started giving her Bible quotes and inspirations and stuff.
I do remember the day of the surgery. I remember seeing him afterwards. I'll never forget that because that was definitely emotional for me.
You know, I was upset to see him like that. It broke my heart. However,
The operation went very well. His recovery was, I think, about a year in terms of him actually, you know, getting back on the field.
He didn't even really have to do a lot of rehab. His sister, older sister Chanel, who had studied kinesiology and all, helped him. So that was his physical therapist. And he probably would have rather gone to someone else because she was really hard on him, but which was really great.
He didn't like that too much, but it was needed.
Because the doctor said when we went back for his follow-up that he had never seen a recovery like that in all of his surgeries that he's done, and that he released Dre to go play any type of baseball he wanted to play.
you know, I'm still glad that he got the surgery. He had to relearn how to do basics, and it was good seeing him become independent again.
How proud am I? Well, first of all, let me say I'm proud of all my children. But I know this is about Dre right now, but I just wanted to say that.
I'm very proud of him to see where he is now. I commend, admire him for, hanging in there and continuing to chase the dream and continuing to work out.
Let's just say on a scale of 1 to 10 of how proud I am of him. 3. No kidding.
Extremely proud of him, like I am with all of my kids. I mean, everybody has their own, passions and the things that they are striving for in their own life.
I'm proud that he have come to the point where he is, and it's by him not giving up, enduring everything that he went through and not complaining, even when his peers have went on to the next level. He always rejoiced in their success, never jealous or anything. So I'm proud that he has hung in there just like he is now.
I think he's done a great job at propelling his career forward and getting it, where he wants it to be.
Okay, I'm so proud of Dre. He's my favorite brother, no offense, Keyshawn. And no kidding. And all that he's been able to accomplish on and off the baseball field. He's a very caring person, very compassionate, loving. And if people can't see that, then they don't deserve to be with him or around him. Sorry.
Like I said, with everything that Dre had to go through, it would have been easy for him to just quit and walk away and just say, hey, I had enough, which I would have understood. I mean, because there comes a time when, especially in sports, you just have to know when enough is enough. But even if he, didn't continue, I still would have been proud of him because he's turned into because he's always been a great kid.
Have said that this is the platform that God has given him, this arena of this professional baseball. He's using this platform to be a witness for God and to others. So that alone makes me proud that he's going to use what God has given him to draw others. So I'm very proud of him.
I'm very, very proud of him. Seeing how it's been, from start to, I won't say finish, but up to this point.
A young man that I'm proud of, not just because he's my son, but that's contradicting myself, especially because he's my son. But even if he wasn't, some of the things he's done and the type of young man that he is, I would be very proud of him.
If it came down to it, not preferable, but if need be, I'd die for Dre. But I feel the same with my siblings. Like I said, not preferable, but if need be, still not preferable.
Just remember that God have you in his hands and you are where you are because of him. And that although there may be times where things just don't seem to make sense, that you know that that's when God is up to something and he's behind the scenes working. So I encourage you to stay strong, to be encouraged, to stay humble as you are, and to not let anything or anybody be an obstacle or a hindrance of what you in the path that God is taking you.
Just invest in the promise. Invest in your purpose. You've done a great job at doing that, and I think that is why you have been able to continually triumph over every obstacle. I mean, you've had so much opposition thrown at you throughout this process, and I think that speaks volumes in itself. The opposition just shows your value, it shows your worth, it shows your talent, it shows, the investment and the commitment and the belief that God has in you. So I would say, just on the bad days and on the good days, always, reflect on that and be appreciative of that and be thankful for that, because you've been given, something that a lot of people wish they had.
Well, Dre, as you know, I'm very proud of you. This is something that I am extremely happy for you, because I've seen over the years how hard you worked, how passionate you were about playing baseball and having this opportunity. I've seen you grown over the years, like I've already said in several of my answers, in terms of how your game has transitioned from one aspect to the other, which I didn't even mention anything about your skills on the defensive end, playing the outfield, playing first base, and was even a utility player with a couple teams. But I'm just grateful to God. I thank him, I praise him, I bless him for giving you this opportunity. And as we've always talked about, every time you went away and you went to camps, it's just, do your best. Leave it out there on the field, and let the results speak for themselves. So whether, you make it or you don't make it, like when I'm talking in the past, but know that you gave it your all. So that's my word of encouragement for you, as it always been. I continue to say that to you, to just go out, do your best, and just allow your talents and your skills to speak for you. And as you've seen so far, they will take you a long way. So I love you, man. And just remember, I know they probably teach you guys and tell you guys to ignore the people in the stands. And just like with Willie Randolph, when he was calling on Derek Jeter, and Jeter kept ignoring everything everybody was saying, you know, calling him. But anyway, when people gonna be saying Dre, 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 I know you're gonna ignore them. But when you hear somebody say, hey, Dubé, you know that's your dad. So you better turn around and acknowledge me. Love you, man.
Dre, in all seriousness, I just want to say that I love you. I'm so very proud of you. And even though I'm annoying, don't forget about me.